When surfing the internet today, it has become increasingly difficult to avoid the many obstacles placed in your path, making it harder and harder to remain on course. And when it comes to browsing video sites like YouTube, it becomes almost impossible to avoid heading straight into the dark side of YouTube.
There is, unseen by most, an underworld, a place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
From demonic moments caught on camera to paranormal activity of all sorts. From the moment you step over to the dark side, you know you have arrived. And these things are just the welcome mat.
What has become clear to me is the level of absolute bizarre strangeness that so many people live in.
Now, when it comes to dark stories being shared on the internet, we believe the darkest are those that affect every living person on the planet. And that is exactly what we are here to share with you today. Welcome to the Confidential Report. Recently, a video fell into our lap, with what is said to be the actual recording from Neil Armstrong's test flight of the hypersonic rocket-powered aircraft, known today as the North American X-15. What you are about to see and hear has never been released to the public, and for what appears to be a very good reason. If what you are about to witness is real, this would be proof the government has known about this for more than 50 years. Not to mention, with recorded proof, we are not alone.
On your way down. Are you seeing this? What the hell is that? Begin descent now. Jesus Christ, it's coming this way.
engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program.
Neil Armstrong reporting their roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In 1969, over 500 million people watched Neil Armstrong land on the moon. But while Armstrong was being seen and heard all over the world, he suddenly went silent for over 2 minutes. And this unexpected silence did not go unnoticed. NASA adamantly denies anything strange happened, but others aren't so sure. When Neil Armstrong came back from the moon, almost immediately, stories began to circulate. Supposedly while on the moon, Neil Armstrong switches his communication channel to the medical officer, and he says something very strange. What Armstrong says is, "Hey Houston, they're on the edge of the crater and they're watching us." According to the unofficial reports, Armstrong was saying that they were seeing things on the rim of the crater. And by things, we mean extraterrestrial beings and vehicles. These reports also claim that we were warned to never return to the moon, a warning NASA took very seriously.
Regs were stored in a probe. We weren't sure about why it was needed. So we asked them, and the only thing they told us is that it's for dire situations. And they weren't the typical first aid kit, you know, the bandages and those kind of stuff. Like they were pills without any label. They looked peculiar, and we were confused on why our superiors gave us that stuff. Well, I was at the shop in my local town getting groceries, and Neil Armstrong happened to visit the town at the same time. I grew fascinated with space over the past few years, so I went out to him and I greeted him, and we started talking about his Apollo mission. It was a lovely chat up until that point. I don't know what has gotten into him at the moment, but he had stopped. Like, he had this expression of pure fear and trauma. It's like a switch in him flipped. I asked him if everything was all right, and he said he had to go. He walked out of the store in a brisk manner, and as if he were being followed. It was really odd.
Now, if you are one of the over 1 million people on planet Earth who believe the moon landings were faked, then one must ask, why would they go out of their way to throw a UFO sighting in with the story of the moon landing? Could it be that they knew full well that convincing millions of people that they really put a man on the moon was going to need something spicy to make people see past the question of if they did or not, with the question of what they found instead? In our view, that is exactly what they did. Could it be that this is why these astronauts always seem to have a look of disconcernment on their faces, rather than the look of accomplishment? So if this footage is real, and Neil Armstrong did in fact encounter an unidentified object during his test flight of the X-15, does this prove NASA is really behind the biggest lie of all time? You be the judge.
The hell is that? Begin descent now. Jesus Christ, it's coming this way. I can't get down. Neil, you're welcome.
This has been The Confidential Report. For even more stories like this one, make sure to subscribe to our channel today. And please show your support by clicking the like button on this video. For even more stories and news you deserve to know the truth about, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching The Confidential Report.